people moved here in Florida to retire, to enjoy the wonderful weather. And there are people who moved here not only to retire, but also to fly their pigeons, to enjoy the wonderful hobby of the racing pigeon sport. And one of them is John Stephen, that moved from Southern California and now enjoying his hobby, racing pigeon sport, here in the wonderful sunshine state of Florida. Well, thank you so much, John, for letting me be here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
In your wonderful loft. So, John, how did you get involved into the racing pigeon hobby?
Oh, my brother and I found some stray pigeons when we were 14, 15 years old, and we just basically got hooked from there. We got them. By the time I was 16, I had 2 little lofts and some homing pigeons, and a club in Southern California adopted us and helped us out with some pigeons and a timer and taught us a little bit of the ropes. And we've been doing, that was 1970, and we've been doing it ever since. So we've enjoyed the sport. We just love it, and it's a great hobby.
Did one of your family member has birds before?
No.
So it's you did not inherit this. You're the first generation.
Yeah,
then.
we're the first generation. My brother and I, and then we have another younger brother, but he was more involved with the roller pigeons.
Okay.
But all 3 of us have had pigeons basically our whole lives.
So when you started, and also your brother, the other brother, in regards with the racing pigeon, you started with the racing pigeon right away, not with the fancy pigeons.
Yeah. It's all we've ever had was the racing pigeons.
The racing pigeons.
We like the competition that it creates. We like to try to be the coach, if you will, and prepare them and get them ready to compete in the races.
Like what I've said in my introduction, you moved here from Southern California. How long was that?
8 years ago.
Okay.
I retired 8 years ago and from Long Beach, California. And we had friends over here that we would visit annually, and it was always a dream to be able to retire and fly over here in Spring Hill, where has some of the toughest competition in the country, and try our skills against the guys here.
And like what many people know, Spring Hill, Florida is the racing pigeon capital of the United States. And they are saying that this is the little Belgium, right?
In my area right here, what we call Unit 10 area, there's 60 flyers all within 1 square mile.
Wow.
So, 1 square mile isn't very big, and we have 60 lofts here, most of them competing, and it's been like that for almost 20 years right here in this area. So when your birds are coming, you know it. There's bells and whistles and everything else in the whole neighborhood going off when on race day.
Yes. As a matter of fact, behind us, I just noticed there's a pigeon loft in John's neighbor. And by the way, John, so when you moved here, did you bring your birds from California?
Yes, I had a family of Verhey pigeons. Maurice Verhey, an old-time Belgian fancier that I got the birds from Art Heath, a friend of mine in Southern California, and then he relocated here after he retired. And so I had his family of birds that I brought with me.
So when you acquired this property, which we're going to show later on, the loft, when you bought this property, it already has a pigeon loft, or you built this?
No, this property already had these lofts, the existing lofts. Actually, I am the 4th generation pigeon flyer in this property.
Wow.
So there was three before me. The last one that sold it to me was moving out of state, and so he offered to sell it to me. I bought it. I revised the lofts a little bit, to my kind of liking, but they were already here, as a lot of lofts are on the properties of people that pass on or move out or whatever the case may be. And so I was fortunate that the lofts were already here.
So the rumor is true that when you buy a property here in Spring Hill, most likely than not that there's already a pigeon loft about.
Most of the time. And if there isn't, then you see trailers with pigeon coops all the time going down the street because they're moving them from house to house. There's people that want to, oh, I like this property better than that one. They pack up their coops and their pigeons and they move 3 blocks,
Which is nice. But do you have HOA here? That's one of the problems, right?
No HOA. When you come to this area where I live in, it's AR, agricultural residential. So you're allowed to have the pigeons, and we don't have any issues with county or city or state or anything. So that makes it very, very, very useful when you're flying the pigeons, because you don't want to have any issues with them. There's some
that is
areas.
one of the problems of other flyers, the HOA.
Yeah, HOAs, you're not allowed to have them. In fact, in some areas of Spring Hill is strictly residential. You're not allowed to have them.
Wow.
So you have to, when you're moving here, you have to be cognizant of the fact that you have to have an AR property.
Nice. So you have to be mindful when you are really die-hard hobbyist for the pigeon that there's no HOA. And that's one of the things that you consider before purchasing a property here, right?
Absolutely.
So when you moved here, so you brought your pigeons and everything, you joined right away a club?
I joined before I moved.
Okay.
So I joined like 3 or 4 months before I moved, so that I could be a member at the beginning of the year and receive bands at the club.
So what can you tell about the competition here compared to California, the way you conduct your pigeon hobby in California to here?
Well, California and here, when I flew in California in Long Beach area, it was very, very competitive. It's a different type of flying only because we flew in a federation that released approximately about 3,000 pigeons, but they went all over the Southern California area. So your pigeons had to break up, and be able to navigate their way home. Here, it's a little bit different because we have such a cultivation of people in one area. The pigeons have to fly basically as a group just to that one area, and then they break up when they get there. So it's a little bit different in that respect. They don't get as broken up here. Of course, in the Tampa Bay Combine, when you fly with them, they'll get more broken up than just club flying.
Okay. What is your most favorite thing when you moved here? Like, saying you're telling yourself, I made a really good decision moving here.
I don't regret it at all. California, Southern California, I'll refer to, it was getting so congested with people and crowded, and the state's growing. We enjoyed our life there when we were there.
The prices
all went going up, and other big cities across the country, same things happening. But to be able to retire in a more rural state, we have big cities here with Tampa and Orlando, and Miami, of course, and such. But to slow down the pace a little bit, so we could enjoy ourselves. My wife loves it here. The weather it is heat-wise, it's similar to California. It's a little bit more humid during the summer, a little bit more rain during the summer, but all in all, I would never trade it to go back.
Funny thing, it's like in the morning. I used to live here in Sanford area, southern part, and also in Lakewood, Lakeland, I should say, couple of years ago. And we moved because of my job within the VA, and hopefully one of these days, someday, I can come back here, so that I can beat John in the race now.
Absolutely, come and do it. Come, huh? We welcome people with those attitudes.
No, you have to have that high spirit here because of the competitiveness.
Yes,
You know,
we had.
you need to believe first to yourself that you can do it.
Well, you want to give it a try. There's been several people through the last 20 years that couldn't hang and they left. You know, but for the most part, I'm going to say when this club initiated, it was probably the top competitors across the whole country that came and formulated this club. But now it's a little bit different because we're getting pigeon hobbyists of all kinds from all states because they want to retire here. It's not so much that they have to be so competitive that they have to win. So they come over here to enjoy the club, enjoy the sport. And so we're still competitive, but don't let anybody kid you. We're very competitive, but a lot of people are moving here just because they
love the sport.
They love the sport,
And I love
and they want to be around. We have our own community, if you will.
I love that fact that what you said. It's like it reflects my own attitude in regards with the pigeon sport or hobby. Yes, it's good to win, being competitive, right? But at the end of the day, win or lose, the important is we are enjoying our pigeons.
Yes, absolutely. We have coffee and Danish almost every day at the club, and we socialize quite often and talk about the sport, not just here, but worldwide.
Correct. How long you been a member, by the way, of the American Racing Pigeon Union?
I've been a member for 55 years.
Are you a lifetime member? Or you just do it yearly?
I do it yearly.
Yearly. But you are constant being a member?
Yeah, I've been a member continuously for 55 years.
What can you say about the help of the union, the AU, for the flyers? Like, what can you say about the support, especially for the clubs?
The AU has evolved very much since, of course, when I started. I think that the leadership throughout the years has been very good. Sometimes there's different ideas. Some ideas that the leaders had may not been as well received. But most of the time they have, because they understand, people like myself understand their goal.
Yes.
As long as their goal is to continue our sport, our hobby, then I will always support them.
Yes.
It's
a two-way road.
Yes, yes. I've been a contributor to the AU as far as a lot of different venues, and I think that that they've done a great job helping the youngsters throughout the years. And I know it gets tougher and tougher because there's other things for kids to do these days, but they're very consistent in trying to achieve that, and I think they've done a great job. I think they've done a great job with even the seniors. Seniors,
Military members,
absolutely.
youth,
Yeah.
they are supporting.
And they stay with they're pretty much the state of the art when it comes to the technology. With the AU museum,
Yes.
that shows our history, But
And the good thing about it, being a club member, being member of the AU, it's being regulated properly. There's like bylaws and everything like that.
yes, they have all the rules that are necessary for a club to fly and compete fairly. I think that they're constantly reviewing them, or if a club asks them something to be reviewed, they review them because just like government laws, sometimes throughout the years things change and they need to be updated. And right now, I think our board of directors they're doing that now, and I think they've done it quite often throughout the years.
To adapt to the new environment and law,
Yeah, a lot of things change. I mean, in the past, you could have pigeons in every single backyard.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that.
Of course.
But the AU has helped. I know me personally, I say me personally, but they've helped me with other club members when they've had neighbor issues, and the such. They've helped with environmental issues. They've helped quite a bit, and I can't say enough about them. I think
That's the thing that the members of the AU should know, that there's assistance in regards with those kind of things from the AU. And also, when I visited yesterday some of the lofts, I am surprised of the Latin American community here. You have lots of members, the Latin Americans, and the current AU leadership, with the leadership of Al Crystalite, also known as Crazy Al, and he's the president, and the executive vice president, Terry Finerty, and the rest of the board members. The AU is expanding its wings to North America and Southern America.
Right.
Which is like, it's about time, to expand, be an international, organization, so the Latino Americans can enjoy also flying in their home country, something like that, right?
Right. And that's great that they're doing that. I mean, it was happening on its own.
Yes.
Because internationally, a lot of it because of one loft racing and things like that, but it was going slow.
Yes.
And I think with these gentlemen's help, we'll get there a little bit faster, and being able to have brothers and sisters in other countries, doing the same thing, and be able to communicate with them, trade with them, and whatnot. I think that's going to be a super.
It's a really good idea, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because, of course, like me, too bad Philippines is way too far to be a union member, American AU. But with our friends that from Cuba, Mexico, they flown birds there before they migrated here.
Yeah.
And they can enjoy flying there, being a AU member.
Yeah, and over here in Florida, right here in Spring Hill, Florida, we have them from Cuba, Puerto Rico.
Oh, I met some Canadians also.
Mexico, Canadians. Canadians snowbirds. They come down here to fly, then they go back.
Yeah.
And we have every ethnic group there is. We're real big with the Polish immigrants that had moved here maybe 50 years ago also. I mean, it's a hobby of theirs that they really enjoy. I mean, you could go in our clubhouse anyways, and you don't know what language sometimes they're speaking. I mean,
But the pigeons unite us together.
That's right.
The beauty of this sport is so diverse that you never even know who are you talking with. Like yesterday, I was in the auction, and I said to the guy, "Were you a medic in the military?" No, he said, because he has this insignia here of a medic or a medical, the snake and the thing and the mercury, and he was like, "No, I'm a retired physician from New York," sitting beside us.
Right.
For the pigeon. So those kind of things, right? Like, you know, all walks of life, you're gonna be drinking coffee with them, you're gonna be eating donuts with them or Danish,
Right.
and talking like that, and people, businessmen, retiree like you, those kind of stuff.
Yeah,
If it unites us.
we had a lot of them have passed on now, but we still have our veterans here are mostly from the Vietnam era, and we thank them for everything that they've done. Uh, we've had a lot of policemen that retire here to fly the sport, firemen that, you know, outside of, you know, us regular Joes, you know, but
Yeah.
but they've nowadays. But prior to that, you know, we had one member. He just passed. He was in World War I, World War
Wow.
II, the Korean War,
Wow.
and it was
That's
it was very interesting to have conversation with him.
Wow. So, John, why pigeon racing is so special to you, and what are the things that you treasure the most in regards with this sport?
Well, you know, being older, a little bit wiser, I think. You know, I appreciate the pigeon, what they're able to do. I try my best to be competitive, you know, to be in the top percentage, you know, of the races. But I love the longer races, 4, 5, and 6. And I to this day, and I've been doing it for, like I said, 55 years. To this day, when I see a pigeon come home from a 500-mile race, my stomach drops. I just can't believe how those birds could do that, you know. And of course, I got to prepare it to be able to do it, but I just love that part of it.
What do you reflect to yourself, to the pigeons, their ability, uh, their their toughness, you know, your personal life to the pigeon?
It's just amazing what they could do. I'm still in awe every time I hear a story or see something that I might experience with the pigeons. They the way they could come home or endure the temperatures.
Resiliency.
Yeah, I mean they're just something else. And in that respect, I like to view myself that way. I've lived my life, my whole life, my working career and everything, having to compete and do my best, and it's very similar between my own personal life and the pigeon's life. You know, we have to do what we have to do.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, John. And we are going to have a loft tour with John Stephen here in Spring Hill, Florida. Thank you so much, John.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Okay, we're gonna show his loft, flyer's loft, and breeding's loft. Okay. Okay, John, before we do a loft tour, you're gonna show us something, right? Tell us something about that trophy.
This is the trophy that me and my team, the Dream Academy, 5 of us here in Florida, won at the 600-kilometer race in Pattaya. We're very proud of this accomplishment. There's 11,000 birds that were initially entered into the race, and it's just part of the one loft racing that's evolved around the world now, and it's been another big aspect of the sport.
So even though you fly in the club, you also fly in one loft races?
I do both. I enjoy both. I think I'm starting to get into like the Pattaya. We used to get it in South Africa. I enjoy the international aspect of it because I want to try to compete my birds against other birds of the world. And so the one-off races accomplish that goal. And at the same time, the backyard racing that we dearly love, we get both of best worlds.
So the good question about that, the other people might, you know, ask the one who's seeing this, do you send the same type of birds that you used in the club racing?
Yes, I do. I I'm always trying to improve my stock of pigeons, but I have focused a little bit on some of the one loft racing birds because it's a lot tougher because you have some areas that are very tough to fly in and some areas that are very easy to fly in, and you can't always have a pigeon that could do it all.
Okay. And now you're gonna show us your lofts, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for showing us that trophy, though.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna. Behind you, what is this behind you?
This is my old bird loft. We'll fly the old bird cocks out of here. I fly a celibate type of system. The cocks are by themselves right here, and the hens are over in this loft over here. So right now we'll in about a month we'll start flying our old bird season here in Florida.
Okay, so and then you also mentioned that when you bought this property, it already has this loft, right?
Yes, it already had this loft. I just modified it a little bit on the inside and somewhat on the outside, but for the most part, it's one of the ones that came with the property.
Okay. So what I noticed, this is the old cockbirds, old birds loft, right? Flight team.
Yes.
Okay, and then you use this landing kind of table.
This is, we put the bath pans on here.
Oh, okay.
And when we want to give them a bath, we put the bath pans on here.
Okay.
And they'll jump out and take a bath in here. We don't give
Okay.
them baths inside the loft.
Okay. Oh, okay. So now we're gonna go, and then you have a little office here. Kind of. Oh, this is a breeding loft also.
This is an office.
Okay, an office.
The office here. It was a breeding loft before I moved here, but now I have my desk, my computer, the timing system.
What clock do you use?
Benzene Live is so much fun. If you don't have Benzene Live, you got to get it. If you use benzene, if you don't use benzene, then I guess you don't have it. But it's very, very
Helpful.
especially during trainers. And my friends in other parts of the country could see how we're clocking my birds, their birds when they send them to me. So
Yeah.
it's very good. Down over here, this is right now my young bird loft, my young bird team.
What is the size of this loft?
This is 12 by 40.
Nice.
I fly the deep litter system, as you could probably see.
So this is what you call deep litter system.
This is a deep litter system. I don't add anything to it.
So
It's strictly droppings that have dried throughout the years.
so for the new flyers, what is the deep litter system?
Deep litter system is just where you fly. You don't remove the droppings every day. You let them. They create their own health system.
Yeah. Immune system,
And
right?
immune system. And that's why, and our pigeons stay very, very healthy in it. It's not for everybody, but we excelled doing it. So all the wet droppings gets discarded. Just the daily activity is what
Like on the floor.
is what gets accumulated on the floor.
Okay.
And then it will break down. It'll break down into a powder, if you will, like a sand.
So that's how it
And
works.
that's how it works. It
Okay.
builds up the immune system on the pigeons. Yeah.
And what can you tell about the ventilation here?
The ventilation here is, I have a high open ceiling, about 5-foot open ceiling. I have fans on both sides of the attic area so that it keeps the air moving. I have windows that could be opened and closed as necessary, and we control the ventilation very much. My loft has a glass ceiling, of which keeps it nice and warm in here, and so but you want to have a clean, fresh air in here all the time, especially when you have a deep litter system. You can't smell anything different in here, can you?
Correct. No,
Yeah, you can't.
it smells good for me. It's okay.
Yeah, it has a nice clean smell to it. It doesn't, people think that it might smell, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
So that's when you know you have a good, healthy atmosphere.
And by the way, this coming AU convention next year, you are one of the handlers, correct?
I'm one of the handlers. I was co-chairman of 2 AU conventions in Southern California, and this will be my second co-chairmanship in Florida, and I'm one of the handlers. We'll have 70 plus handlers in the race. It's going to be a very exciting year to have the race. We got 3 sections, 3 chances to win. It's going to be phenomenal.
So at least if they are choosing your loft to send their birds, they have now idea where their birds going.
Yeah, they're coming here. They're coming here to. I use fantails for droppers. I've been using those since 1975. That's the same family that I started with 2 pigeons back then.
You're the first one I saw using a fantail instead of the satinet, because satinet is the most popular.
Yes, but for me, they fly too much. I don't want my droppers to fly. They go from there to the landing board, bring the bird down.
Not the fantails, right?
The fantails don't fly around as much as, or at all really, but the sentinets and the baldies that these guys use, to me, they fly too much.
You think you can grab one of your fantails, one of your favorites there?
Sure.
They are the real champion, you know? Because like here, I was told, John, that the competitiveness is so tough, right? And just a seconds.
I always donate some fantails to for the kids, because the kids love them.
Oh yeah.
You know, so and then when the kids see them, then they make their dads
Join the race.
get some fantails.
John, I saw one of my favorite colors, that pie,
At the end?
Yeah, the check pie there, white flight. What can you say about this one?
She just flew a 360-mile race,
Wow.
and she's part of my Verhey family that we fly here. I brought from California, and they do very well here, because a lot of the guys' birds don't fare so well here in Florida, so they have to change up. But I knew my pigeons would do well here because they've done well before I moved here. So that family my family excels from 100 to 500 miles. So it's they've been real good for me.
Nice. And how many birds this loft can accommodate comfortably?
This one could hold 240, but I like to have about 160, 180
Okay.
in here.
How many birds that you will be willing to accept this coming convention?
The convention we're allowed up to 100 pigeons.
Up to 100 pigeons.
So hopefully a lot of the guys get a big number so that we could have a very exciting big race.
Nice.
You'll see, I'll point out my little boxes in the back. These I got from a friend of mine in California. They started off, we call them 6-pack boxes, because what we used to do is we'd get a 6-pack of beer
Okay.
and put the box itself in the corners, and the pigeons would like to make a nest in there and whatnot. So anyways, I converted it from the cardboard into the little, a little box like that, and they like to tease them a little bit and maybe mate and have eggs or whatever. But we call them 6-pack boxes, just
Actually,
because a friend of mine, I'd go to my friend's house and he'd have 6-pack or 12-pack boxes all over the place.
So that's a 6-pack box.
That's a 6-pack box.
Actually, I saw here some babies. These are droppers that use that 6-pack box.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that one. Look at this. And those are fantails.
Yeah, those are fantails. They stay together all year round in the loft.
They
But
don't-
not that I necessarily let them.
They don't crossbreed, right, with your racer?
No, they don't. As a matter of fact,
That's nice.
I don't ever have that issue.
And you're gonna show us your other sections. So what can you say about here, John? So this is the viewing, right? The aviary.
This is actually our landing board.
Okay.
You know, Avery, whatever, they could go out there. They could go out there and you know, on the good days, I'll let them, you know, go back and forth.
When it comes with settling the birds, how many weeks you let them, the young birds?
I'll have them just in and out here, learn how to use the traps to come back in, because I have an inside trap and an outside trap that they have to learn.
That's the antenna there.
Yeah, that's part of the antennas.
And then how many weeks are you gonna
We'll
open it?
we'll have them like this for a couple of weeks, and then we open up the front and we let them out.
Yes.
And settle them. As is almost everywhere, we just have to stand guard for hawks. This area is just full of hawks. We have both migrating hawks and we have residentials, and it could get tough, especially on certain people. But anyways, we'll settle them, and we do a good job settling here. We don't lose very many pigeons.
So when it comes with the litter system, somebody might ask, when is the time that eventually you will scrape them all, or you
Every year I thin it down. I'll take like 50 pounds, I'll get a bag, and I'll take about 50 pounds out of each section every year, and right before young bird season.
Okay.
So I thin it down every year, so otherwise it's gonna you know, get too deep.
Correct.
So, but that's the way to maintain it.
But you don't totally scrape them all.
Oh no, never. You don't want to do that. The whole point is to have it in there.
Yeah.
I wish I would have brought it from California here, but
It will beat the purpose of if you remove all of them, right?
yes.
Okay.
Because
So,
it took me 5 years to get to where I am here.
oh wow.
So it just doesn't happen overnight.
Nice. Okay.
Still.
So Jeff is the one that you mentioned during the interview, the one that you grew up with a racing pigeon.
You're right. We've been partners basically since we were 15. The only interruption that we had was while he served in the military.
Wow. Thank you so much, Jeff, for your service. And what branch did you serve?
Navy.
Navy. The same guy that I met, right? Like I think I met you and I gave you a pin.
Yes.
Correct. Well, now I'm going to give you this challenge coin. Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
There you go. So every time I meet a veteran, you know, my project, Raising Pigeons for Military Veterans.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Yeah, and then can you show that the challenge coin to our viewers? There you go. It's not much, but it's a token of appreciation of your service to our country.
Pure gold, right?
Pure gold, 14 karat gold. So can you tell us something about Jeff? How does the pigeon helps you, you know, emotionally and mentally, you know, being a service person?
Definitely. It's you know, it's kind of you know, a calming place to go to when you're in the loft with the birds, and you forget about all the stresses of life, and you just enjoy it.
What was your rating in the Navy?
I'm advanced electronics, and I was in sonar tech and sonar operations.
Wow. Is that a subtech? Were you a submarine technician?
No, I was anti-submarine warfare. So,
Oh, what ship you were?
well, I was on two ships. I was on USS Spruance
Mm-hmm.
and USS DuPont.
Wow. Well, thank you for your service. I was HM3, Hospital Corpsman. So can you tell us something like being flyers together?
It's a good partnership.
Uh-huh.
I think most people that come over here and see what we do together as a team, they wish they had a brother
Yeah.
that could help out too, because it's a lot of work.
I wish I had my brother here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always nice to have a partner, and we're both as passionate about the sport. So it's just like when you see other partnerships, I'm sure there's other partners in Europe and in the country. It's a gift.
And it strengthened the bond of you, both of you, right?
Yeah.
You know, you already have the strong bond, and the pigeons made it stronger. Nice. So
Absolutely.
do you, John? Do you switch the training? Like, you know, sometimes Jeff gonna.
No, I do the training,
Okay.
and then he gets them in, works with the droppers to get them down and in,
Feeding and everything.
and the feeding and the watering. He'll take care of. For the most part, he takes care of
But there are
all
times that
that.
he also like join you with the trainings, of course, right?
No,
No, he doesn't do the
No.
training, just the focusing here.
he focuses here.
Nice. That's a teamwork there.
Because you can't in Florida, you can't beat the birds home unless they're not doing good.
Oh, okay.
But typically, you can't beat them home.
That
'Cause-
makes sense. So Jeff is the person that will wait here for the birds.
Right.
Okay, so show us more about the.
Well, down here we have a holding pens for our hens.
Then Jeff, since you are the one here, you are also responsible settling the birds, something like that.
Oh yeah, we both, because of the hawks
Uh-huh.
early on, we're both out here. I might be over here close to the birds. He might be down there, but we both are kind of watching for hawk.
And then John, so can you tell us something about this loft here?
Well, right now I got my old bird flying hens that are here. I'll move them into the race loft when the season's over. And then this section here is our breeding hens. And we're getting ready to pair up our breeders in the next week or so. But this is where they stay during the off season, from basically May till now. That's where they'll stay. It's a nice healthy loft. The birds are always come out of there in great shape, so it works out pretty good for us.
So how often do you feed your birds? Like once a day, twice a day?
These are done once a day.
Uh-huh.
Breeders are done once a day.
And the flyers?
Flyers are done twice a day.
Twice a day.
Jeff takes care of the flyers twice a day.
So the flyers, Jeff, how do you motivate them? Like, for example, do you fly widowhood? Do you fly, what do you call this?
We fly celibate, separate sexes.
Okay.
They never get to see each other.
Mm-hmm.
The cocks and the hens never see each other in old birds.
Okay. With the young birds, of course.
Young birds, they're just mixed together.
Yeah. Do you prefer young birds or old birds in the race club?
Now I like old birds better now.
Mhm.
When we were in California, we focused more on young birds,
Mm-hmm.
but now we focus more on old birds.
Okay. And when it comes, Jeff, with the feeding, how many are you particular with what do you call this protein that you give, the fat that you give to them?
Right.
So how
Yeah.
many percent of protein you give them?
Well, early when they're still growing and developing, we'll give them in the 20s, 20 something if we can, extra
Okay.
peas. And then when we get to racing, it's usually about 13, 16%.
Okay, lesser and then more fat, right?
Yeah, towards the race,
What
we'll add in some fat grains.
what kind of fat grain that you use for them? Do
We
you use
use
peanut or corn?
occasionally we use peanuts, but we like hemp
Hemp.
and rape. The normal candy mix,
Okay.
we'll put in at the end.
And do you vaccinate your birds, John?
Yes,
You do
as
that.
a baby.
And you also use the natural way, right? Like oregano, or do you do that?
Yeah, we use a variety of different.
Garlic,
Yeah,
something like.
yeah, lemon juice.
Hmm.
Um, we use a variety of different natural. A lot of our products are natural.
That is the first time I heard lemon juice. So how do you use that?
Jeff does it mostly.
So how do
I
you
put
come
it in
up
the
with
water.
that? Okay.
I'll just squeeze a fresh lemon in
Yeah.
the water.
Okay.
I mean, we could do it on the feed too to get it wet. Use it to get it wet. But I have a little lemon tree over here that I
Yeah.
grow.
Especially you live in Florida, and let me just focus on that. That there's
He ate some tangerine.
Oh,
the
yeah.
tangerine there. See that they grow that at the backyard. And John, what else are you gonna show us? So aside from this, you have something to show us.
In the back,
Okay, let's go to the back.
we have the breeding area back there.
While we're walking, Jeff, in regards with the lemon, you mentioned you have a lemon tree here. So how much do you give lemon to them?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vinegar, lemon.
And is that the lemon tree?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I put
One
my,
of 'em.
my peel there
That's all right.
because I hate the. John, this is.
This is our breeding area.
Uh-huh.
Over here we have 8 boxes in here that we'll breed out of.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another section here. They're back to back. We have another 8 boxes that we'll use.
Do you breed colony?
These 2 sections we will.
Okay. And then you breed also separate, like, you know.
Then we have the individuals. We have 24 individuals that that we'll breed out of. Right now we have you can see in here, we have all the cocks ready to
So this is the
pair
cock,
up.
and is that the hen?
No.
All-
These
all-
all cocks.
All cocks.
We're gonna grab the hens from over there next week and,
Oh, okay.
and introduce them in here.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can see the door back there, but there's a door back there where they feed and water.
Yeah,
We'll put the nest bowls in there,
I can see that.
and
Also, there's something behind here. Let me show that. So this is where you're gonna access the.
yes, back here we could.
Access.
Yeah, we'll
Put the
feed.
nest.
feed and water, and we'll put the nest bowl in there.
This is a good idea. So it means you don't need to crawl there, you know.
Right. Once I put them in there, they're in there for the remainder of the breeding season.
And you use this type of water system.
No, I'm not using it, but it's there.
Okay, just in case.
If I ever have to go on vacation and nobody's here to water them, I just hook it up and they'll have constant water the whole time.
Oh, okay. Does it stop by itself, like automatically?
Yes,
Okay, nice. That's a good idea, though.
but so we have
How many do you have here?
we have 24.
24.
And the ones I brought from California, most of them have moved on because of their age. They're gone, and so we keep bringing in children and grandchildren of our original pigeons.
Jeff, did you move here with your brother the same time?
Same time, yes.
Same time. Nice. Are you also retired? Retiree?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. For the sake of the pigeon, huh? It's. How do you like it here in Cali? Not California, but in
Well, I
Florida.
love it here. I think I was in California on vacation in May, and I'd much rather be here.
What do you think about the competitiveness here?
It's great. There's nothing like it.
It's way too much.
You know, the club racing,
Hmm.
uh, very competitive,
Hmm.
and you won't find another club like this anywhere.
Hmm.
And you know, you could have it all here. There's 2 or 3 one loft races here
Uh-huh.
in Brooksville, and there's other one loft races. So you could do, you know, you've got the clubhouses and the feed stores and people training your birds for you, and you can't beat it.
Nice. It's too much awesomeness, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, it could be very humbling at times too, you know. So it's keep you on your toes.
Yes. And these are the other section.
Yeah, these are the other sections.
So I noticed this one, John. What's this?
This one is, I have some nest boxes in there if I ever need to breed in there, but for the most part, I don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
I have plenty just with the 24 pair that I put together.
And you use clay for the
Yeah.
nest box.
Yeah, the clay bowls, some plastic,
bowls.
and well, I'll put a nest pad in there,
Mm-hmm.
and pine needles. We'll let them build
you
it.
have a lot of that here.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
So you don't need to buy that coconut pads.
You don't need to, no.
You know, pine needles are enough.
Yeah.
And they can make their own. Or do you make it for them, or you just let them make it?
I let them make it.
Yeah.
But they do a good job. You know, I'll help them if they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't do a
And
good
they
job.
love that though. You know.
Oh yeah, and then they, you know, they're jumping up and down and enjoying it, and works out good.
When it comes with breeding, pairing your birds, what are the things that you consider aside from performance, quality wise, and everything like that?
Well, I personally like to stock pigeons that have won multiple diplomas, not just a single diploma or not just a single win. If they got 6, 7, 8 diplomas, then I will consider it to put into my stock loft, and because I believe in breeding out of proven racers. I'm not an advocate of just taking pigeons because of pedigree or paper and putting them in the stock loft. Not to say that I haven't. You know, when I get an older pair, I'll have them breed some babies just for stock. But for the most part, it's just about performance.
Performance. Jeff, when it comes with weaning birds, because there are times that, what do you call this, one hit wonder, right? How do you determine that the bird is not a one hit wonder?
Well, you want multiple positions in the top 10%. Top 20% is a diploma. So even better, 5%, 2%, multiple times. That's what you're looking for.
So if it is a one hit wonder, you don't put it in the stock right away, something like
A lot of the one hit wonders are gone.
Yeah.
You don't have time to put them in the stock loft because they'll hit and you'll lose them.
Yeah, that's a good thing to say that, because there are times that, you know, people got so excited and they need to. What can you say about that, John? Like, you know, you need to determine if it is a one-hit wonder or not.
Well, and that's to me a big problem with a lot of the pigeon flyers. Maybe with the greener ones or less experienced ones, they take a pigeon because it won a race and they put it in the stock loft, thinking that it's going to produce winners too, where contrary to that, it's far from it. Those are the ones that don't breed winners at all. So that's why we found throughout the years that having a pigeon win a race means you did your job right. and you have a good pigeon. But when you have a pigeon that scores, as Jeff said, multiple times in the top 20, 10, 5%, multiple times, that pigeon's doing it because it's a very good pigeon. So those are the ones you want to breed out.
And you, Jeff, you use this, right? Like for the grits.
Yeah, we'll buy several cases
Uh-huh.
of the pickstone,
Uh-huh.
and
You put it there.
they'll get it every day.
Do you use also salt?
Salt?
Yeah, the for them to pick something like that. Because I saw some people use that. You don't use that, right?
Not too much. I think there's enough salt already in the grits.
Okay.
There's enough salt for them,
Okay.
you know.
And what are the things that you consider with the grits, the quality-wise?
Well, lately we've been using the Versailles log all-in-one,
Uh-huh.
and it's got everything in it.
Okay.
You know, that's basically what we're doing right now.
Okay.
I've done it where you kind of make the pizza and you put a little magnesium in there and a little bit of this and a little bit, you know, the redstone and the whole 9 yards.
You cannot overfeed them with grits. correct?
No, that's a minerals is, don't ever forget minerals, because it's just as important as anything else with the birds. I mean, just the nature of how they digest their food. And
Correct.
they
And
need
they need
the
those.
minerals.
Correct. And this one, John, you picked. What can you tell about this one?
This one is a brother to our Pattaya winner,
Okay.
and this is, we like to have a broad wing from here to here.
Uh-huh.
We like to have the butter knife type of end flights like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, you can see it has a lot of vibration to it. We like that. I always like feeling the muscle, to have a nice, soft, supple muscle. I think is better for the distance. And we like that, you know, to have the eye positioned more towards the front. And of course, we like what we call spirit in the birds when they fight you back. That's one of our biggest priorities, that they can do that. Color of the eye and whatnot isn't so important to us. We just want it to be clear and bright. We like mating pigeons yellow to pearl, red to pearl, like that. We don't too often mate pearl to pearl, but
With the length of the wings, what are the things that you consider?
the length of the wings,
Mm-hmm.
the broadness, mostly just the broadness.
Okay.
As far as we think that the bigger the wing, we've seen them all win.
Mm-hmm.
Big wings. We had a pigeon we called Big Wing, and then it was bred a lot of champion birds for us, but none of those had a big as wing as he did.
Can you spread it like upward for us so that we can, like that? There you go. Nice. And then there's ventilations there.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. What can you tell about the body of this one?
This one here is a full body.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a medium-sized bird.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our birds are medium-sized. They seem to do better here in Florida. Big birds don't fare as well. Big body birds. So if you have big body birds, you have to downsize them a little bit. So we this one has very tight vents, and like I said, this one went into our stock loft to hopefully produce one like its
Are you gonna
like its
produce
brother.
babies for the one loft races?
Yes. I rotate around in which ones I get in. I've always enjoyed going to the One Loft races and socializing. San Diego was one of the best uh, areas to get in. They have 3 races going on over there during the Thanksgiving, and so many people would go over there and from around the country. It's so much fun, and I've had a lot of success over there. But now that I'm over here, I think Florida has almost 10 One Loft races from here to Miami, and you could get into them, and I get into about 4 of them, I think. Just, and because I like to try to go, So not that I don't like any of the other One Loft races, but I like to go. So me sending pigeons to some of the other races, I might do it sometimes if they ask me to, but a lot of times I might not, only because I don't get to go.
And what is your advice to new flyers that are watching this video?
New flyers, I would say to learn everything you can. Different than when Jeff and I were growing up. All we had was the old timers, and that was it. Today, you have videos, you have documentaries like yourself, you have Google. You have international that we didn't have. There's pigeons in this country that came from Europe or Mexico or wherever that we didn't have back then when we started. So my advice to them would be to learn everything they can. And it's the same thing I used to tell my kids, my employees. You learn everything you can because nobody could ever take it away from you. Once it's in here, it's yours forever. Whether you use it or not, it's a different story, but at least it's yours. So that's my advice.
Jeff, what is your advice to the new flyers to keep the pigeons healthy?
Well, you want a dry loft and you want good ventilation. That's part of the nature of racing pigeons, is they like dry lofts. That's why we use the deep litter, because it keeps it dry. Good ventilation, sunlight,
Water.
clean water. Sometimes the water's changed twice a day. Clean feed, make sure the feed is clean as possible. It's more important that it's clean than there's so many different kinds of corn now these days. It's just more important that it's clean.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jeff, for the wonderful opportunity to have a loft tour. And what is your invitation to those who will be watching this and thinking to send some birds in the AU convention? John, you first.
Well, what I want to say is to the retirees, if you're in your 50s or early 60s and you're ready to retire, consider Spring Hill, Florida. Consider this area, or Tampa, because I think you'll really enjoy retirement here, and you'll enjoy the pigeon flying here. So that's my advice.
Jeff, being a military veteran, what is your advice and announcement to our co-military or fellow military veterans who are looking for some emotional support leisure?
Yeah, it's a great sport for doing that. And if you need any help getting started, people like you are more than happy to help building lofts or donating pigeons. Just reach out. There's a lot of people that are more than willing to help you get started.
Kuya, Jeff, thank you for service. Shipmate, thank you for this tour, John, and have a good day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.